For this blanket pattern, I will be using a lightweight number 3 yarn. You can find the yarn weight at the back of the ball. On the front of the ball is the yardage. The chart for the yardage is in the pattern, so you can find that in the link in the description below. I will also be using a 3.75 millimeter crochet hook. To start your pattern, make a slip knot, insert your hook into it, and you'll chain 156 chains or any multiples of 4. Again, the chart for that is in the pattern. Once you have your chain, you will work 1 single crochet in the second chain from your hook, and then you'll work 1 single crochet in each chain across. Once you reach the end of your chain, chain 1 and turn. This is your foundation row. For row 2, you will work 1 single crochet in each of the first 2 stitches. Then you will chain 2, skip 2 stitches, and work 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And you'll repeat that across. So chain 2, and then work a single crochet stitch in each of the next 2 stitches after you skip those 2 stitches. Once you get to the end, work a single crochet in your last stitch, chain 2 and turn. For row 3, you'll work 1 double crochet in your first stitch. Then skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then you will work 3 double crochets in your chain 2 space. And then you will work your crossover double crochet in the first stitch that you skipped. So, you see that here? It's not the second one, it's the first one that you skipped. So yarn over, insert your hook into that first stitch, yarn over, pull up all the way across those 3 stitches that you already did. Creates that line across there, and then finish your double crochet stitch. Then you repeat that crossover stitch in every chain 2 space. So you'll skip 2 stitches, you'll work 3 double crochets into that chain 2 space. Then you'll yarn over. It's not that space, it's the one before. So you'll yarn over, insert your hook in the first stitch you skipped, not the one next to those 3 double crochets, the one before that. And you'll finish your double crochet to create this crossover look. And you'll do that in every chain 2 space all the way to the end. Once you reach the end, complete your last crossover series. Work 1 double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. Chain 1 and turn. For row 4, we will work 1 single crochet in each of the first 2 stitches. Then we will chain 2, skip 2 stitches, and work a single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So this is another chain row we're setting up for our crossover row. It's a preparation row. So chain 2, skip 2 stitches, work single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Repeat all the way to the end. When you get to the end, do your last chain 2, skip 2, and work a single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And then you will work a single crochet in your last stitch. And then you will chain 2 and turn. Now you repeat rows 3 and 4 until the blanket is as long as you want it. Just make sure you end with row 3. When you reach the final row, you won't chain 1 and turn, but you'll rather start working down the side of your blanket for your border. You will begin that as soon as you're done your last row. Once you come to the end of your final row, you will work down the left side of your blanket, which is side 1 in the pattern. Chain 3, and you will single crochet along the border, working 2 single crochets at the end of every crossover row and 1 single crochet at the end of every chain row, skipping the 3rd chain row. So work 2 single crochets at the end of your crossover row, 1 single crochet at the end of your chain row, 2 at the end of your crossover, so that's the 2nd, 1 at the end of your chain, 2 at the end of the 3rd crossover row, and the next chain row is the one that you're going to skip. So don't work any single crochets in that stitch, just move on to the next crossover row and then repeat that pattern along the whole first side. So 2 single crochets in the end of every crossover and 1 in the end of every chain, except for the 3rd chain row, you will skip that stitch. Once you get to the end, work a single crochet in the end of the foundation row, which is the first row of the entire blanket that you crocheted. Chain 2, and then work on side 2 of your blanket. So you'll just work 1 single crochet in each chain across. And I like to carry the end of my yarn with me when I'm crocheting. You don't have to do this, you can leave it out and weave it in later. This is just one tip, so you have one less end to weave in at the end. Once you reach the end of this side, you will chain 2. You'll work 1 single crochet at the end of that foundation row at the beginning of the blanket, and then you will work 1 single crochet at the end of the chain row, 2 single crochets in the end of the crossover row, and repeat that all the way to the end. Same thing as the first side, you skip the 3rd chain row. Once you reach the end, chain 2, and now you'll just work 1 single crochet in each stitch across. Slip stitch in the beginning of the chain 3 of side 1 to join. For round 2, chain 2, work 5 double crochet in the same place as your slip stitch. This rounds the corner nicely. Then you're going to work 1 double crochet in the back loop of the first stitch. So if you see, this is like a little V. It's not the front loop here, it's in the back loop. Complete your double crochet, and in the next stitch you're going to work a double crochet in the front loop, like that. And you're just going to do that all the way until the end of this side. So keep going back and forth. Back loop, double crochet, and then front loop double crochet. Once you get to the corner, you will work 5 double crochets in the chain 2 space. And then you will continue that repeat all the way along the next side. Back loop double crochet, front loop double crochet, all the way till the next corner. And you'll do that with all the corners. You'll work that repeat all the way down the edge, and then in the corner you will do your 5 double crochet stitches until you get back to the beginning. Once you reach the beginning, you will slip stitch into the beginning chain 2 of side 1 to join. Then you can cut your yarn, leaving a tail long enough to weave in. And then you can weave in the tail. So you can use a needle, like a tapestry needle, something large enough for yarn, or like I'm doing here, you can just use your hook and weave it in back and forth until it's as secure as you like. And there it is, a simple textured crochet blanket that works for boys or girls. You can play around with colors. This one is just one color, but you could switch it up. Different rows, you might change the color after every 2 rows or so. Again, you can find the pattern in the link in the description. It's on Etsy. I hope you enjoyed it.